Okay, everybody, this is kind of a follow-up. I bought the Shelby intercooler, or heat exchanger, sorry, and it gave me a kit that was nothing fun. I am no electrician at any parts. I got my butt popped by a 110 when I was a kid, and I do not like messing with electricity at all. So what I did was I bought VMP's wiring harness, spliced in my fan connectors, heat shrunk them, then electrical tape wrapped them, and I clipped the ones from Shelby or CR Racing off, and I put them on VMPs so they'll hook right up to my fans. Now, another thing that I had to do was connect, put an adapter here, and I don't think you can see it, but hold on. Right in there, if you can see, I just could put a connector, connected it all the way down to where CR Racing or Shelby's line right here. Now, mind you, it does not look pretty. I don't think. It would be better if it was tucked behind the heat exchanger itself, but it is what it is. I got a line. It's going to be running. It's running perfect. It should be running fairly good. Another thing I had to do was remove my light to put those VMP fuses up over here, and I just tucked them away. There's not very much room as far as electrical line to bring them up any further from right here. So I did have to take the light out. I did splice them back in, put the relays up there. Of course, ground went to ground right here. So those are just, they're accessible, but there isn't quite a whole bunch of line like VMP says there is. So they're just going to hang up right there. I'm just going to zip tie them right here to this harness, and there, that's where their final resting place will probably be. Another problem, and that wouldn't so much as call it a problem. It was just, I've been at this for almost a full day now. Another thing, Shelby does not send you any kind of instructions on how to put these mounts on, so I just kind of winged it. Now, there is instructions for the fans, for the relays and everything from Shelby, but there was no plans on how to mount this heat exchanger on, so I just winged it, literally. I tried with those washers in the back, and it stuck out too far to where I would have enough clearance to connect my hose to give it enough right here. I got about a finger's. I thought personally it was too close, so I took the silver washers off. There's no washers that come with the back of this, so I put the washer in the front, and then I used double down with that one just to use as a makeshift washer, and so I didn't have to ratchet so much, and tighten that down. Everything else is pretty much coming together now. I just gotta charge up the antifreeze, connect the wires, connect the fans, tuck in the wires, and this is pretty much a wrap. Now the old one had hangers on it, these air ducts, these guards don't really fit into what Shelby sent or what CR Racing sent. So they're gonna stay right there. It's doing its job. Once the bumper's back on, it'll pretty much stay in place. The bottom air ducts to my coolers shouldn't really be a problem. I already test fitted one on there, and they're not gonna give me a problem. It's just I didn't want to put them on until I got all the wiring said and done with, and then I put them on. Didn't have to cut anything. This one's an actual. I imagine it's smaller. It's not as thick as the. It's not as thick as the factory one, but I'm guessing that's what the fans are for, to make room for the fans. This thing's it's pretty damn bulky, I can tell you that. Now I tried to go with the solid line, and I wound up having to splice it or connect it together because that clip to that line, that bottom line, the inlet hose, is on the bottom of this water pump. I even took this one off here to see if I could gain access to it so I could make it one complete line, and it wasn't happening, not without taking the whole pump out and trying to clamp it out, and I wasn't about to do all that. Besides that, the third nut that holds this water pump is not very accessible. It would have been more of a pain in the ass. I just went with the connector. It's kind of dark in here, and I've been having to make do with my little spotlight from outside. But not so much down here. I've been using this little thing. That's about it. I'll give you a continuation as soon as I get it all plugged in and get it started up. Alrighty, that's it for now.